I don't know what yellow umbrella guy was really trying to do there. He almost got tossed up like Mary Poppins. Don't worry, everyone, I'll save you. Like, what was he really about to do with that little SpongeBob umbrella? Yo, what's up, my good people, and welcome back for another one. All right, and for this episode today, we're going to kick back and watch some of the most strangest TikToks. Some of these TikToks might really have you sitting back in your chair like, what in the? Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button right there below the video. All right, let's keep things short, simple, and sweet. With all that being said, let's get right back into it.
I noticed something kind of weird today. Hold on. If you go to Kamala Harris's TikTok and you look at some of the comments under her videos, they all say the same thing. I wish I could vote from Greece. I wish I could vote Finland, Poland, Italy, Iceland, Norway, Germany, Denmark, Ireland, Switzerland, Austria. It goes on for so long. If you just keep scrolling, I didn't go obviously through all 60,000 of them, but this doesn't make any sense. Like, are they being paid? Are they bots? My guess is they're probably bots. I have no idea.
Check it out. We're on the top of this mountain. We found something deep. Probably about to go into it, honestly.
Whoa!
Is it big?
Guys, this is legit.
Dude, that's a lot of echo.
I know. Whoa! Whoa! Yes!
Look that way.
That is huge. This is freaking wild. This whole chamber is just made of flowstone. Yeah, my light might be dead, honestly. I've just been gassing it. That's a cliff over here, guys. Going back up the rope?
After watching the movie The Descent, I think I'll pass on exploring some caves. Might mess around and go down that hole and come up missing for the next 100 years.
Dude, this is insane. I'm at the U-Haul. This is one of the coolest scenes I've got to record lately, but it's a little bit after, it's 7:50. I'm at the U-Haul. Look at this plane's getting ready to pass. Right there, I don't know if you see it. There. But this is really cool. Yeah, it's 7:50 a.m. Facing east, I believe.
Yeah, I got mine.
Wow, that's insane.
Look at my trunk here. Look at my trunk here. Nice. My fucking truck. Fucking real. Fucking bullshit. Oh my god. See my truck.
Yeah, screw that mess. I'd be way too scared of being bit by an alligator out there in Florida. You'd probably find me hanging out like up there in that tree or on the roof of the house, one of the two.
Who is running this country right now? My son calls me and says, Mom, did you hear what's been going on all day today? I haven't. I've been playing baseball with my grandson all day. We've been hanging out. I have not been paying attention to the news at all. He says, Mom, the stock market is tumbling. And I said, yeah, I heard something about the jobs market. It's just reacting to that. He said, Mom, they're lying to us. It's not about the jobs market. This always happens right before a war happens. And my son is not political at all. He is center of the road. He's not Republican. He's not Democrat. He doesn't even know who he's voting for. So whenever he gets excited about this, it makes my ears perk. So I go online, I start looking at this. All these warships have been deployed to the Middle East. Our Marines, our sailors are being deployed. I look on the Twitter accounts of Kamala and Biden. Nothing. Kamala 2 hours ago posted about Project 2025. We're about to go into this major war. Our stock markets are crumbling. Neither Biden nor Kamala has said anything about this. So my question is, after seeing Biden this morning with a glazed look in his eye, not knowing what the heck he's doing, who's running this damn country?
I'll tell you who's running this country, BlackRock and Vanguard. But yeah, most people I know have never even heard of those two companies, and it's like, what?
Things are really beginning to ramp up worldwide. You have this stuff going on currently in the United Kingdom. All of this crazy stuff going on. And now Japan is experiencing a possible major stock market crash. And it really seems as if we are heading towards a worldwide collapse with everything going on everywhere. And it's seeming like things are getting crazier and crazier by the day. And let's not even talk about 2.9 trillion being wiped out from stocks just the other day, and it was the worst day since 2020. And Netanyahu just declared that Israel is engaged in the multi-front with Iran and its proxies. So things are really beginning to heat up in the year 2024, and I can only imagine what else is to come.
Am I the only one who has not seen this video right here? I watched this earlier and it spooked the crap out of me. The dude's talking about what is demon face syndrome, basically. I can't play the entire video here, so I'll tell you what most of it says, and that's his page if you want to check it out. Basically, he's been delivering mail to this person for a long time. He's known him for a while. Then the last time he went to his house, when he saw him, his eyes were straight up black and his ears were pointed. He literally saw a demon in the flesh. I'll show you a clip in a minute, but he is serious. And why is it so crazy that Hollywood has been portraying demons looking exactly like that?
As I do every week, twice a week, I make deliveries to the same guy. I've been doing it for 7 months. Today, I walked in, and he had his back to me, and he was working on his bench. He must have heard me coming. When he turned around, I jumped and kind of grabbed my mouth like that because I didn't know what to think. And he called me jumpy. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm just not feeling very good. I gotta go. It's because when I looked at him, he was different. First thing I saw was he had no color in his eyes. They were completely black. You even see reflections, it was just a black mass. And for some reason, his ears were kind of weird and they had like this little point like that.
They are literally gaslighting us. They just knew these demons were gonna pop out everywhere with the spiritual shift with the eclipse. I don't know, I saw that video earlier and it just blew my mind. That's some spooky stuff. And when you can see those things, they're aware that you can see them, and they don't like that.
Yeah, this guy seems super serious. Like, if he's acting, give this man an Oscar. But yeah, I've been seeing the shadow people out the corner of my eyes, but haven't seen anyone with a demon face yet. Thank God.
That's part of the eugenics movement. You know, everybody can look into that of the 1900s, how they were trying to get rid of certain people. And that's how they started, with giving them a couple pokes. You know, it can help to eliminate the people. That's what they were trying to do. Yeah, when you look at all of the stuff, you know, you start to see that if we were really overpopulated and running out of land and all these resources, we would have ran out a long time ago. We would have actually ran out when that story started, you know, like maybe months later. But we're still going along, and there's so much land. I mean, our maps are total lies. You know, you look at the state of Alaska, it's almost 2/3 the size of the United States. You know, just the state of Alaska alone. Obviously, they don't want to tell anybody that. You know, so it's like, if we're running out of land, how are these things so large? And then if you look at the size of the United States compared to the size of, like, Russia, I think it's like 30 United States in the size of Russia. So then you sit there and go, wait a minute, what? I thought our map looks real big, you know, so you're being deceived on so many levels. And then even same thing with the weather, and them trying to tell us that the weather is changing.
Why do I feel the need to complain? Because we're getting Right now, let's do a little recap. Just yesterday, $2.9 trillion was wiped from the stock market because people are fearing a recession. The US fertility rate has fallen to a record low. It hasn't been this low since 1979. Why? Because people can't afford kids. Home prices have gone up 47% since 2020. The average payment to buy a house was only $1,200 5 years ago. It's now $3,000. That has priced out so many Americans, and now they're forced to rent, and yet rent has gone up 32% since the pandemic. Then they're claiming that groceries have only gone up 25%. We've seen many TikToks of people clicking reorder on their apps, going from $100 to $300 to $400. Groceries have doubled, if not tripled. We have a border crisis that has cost the taxpayers $150 billion so far, and we've sent nearly $200 billion to foreign countries. We've got the Social Security Fund that's going to run out in just 9 years, so now you have millennials and Gen Zers not knowing if our Social Security is even going to be there, even though we're paying into it every single month. And then the government is spending more money than we're giving them in tax revenue. We've reached the new milestone of $35 trillion in national debt. Now we're footing the bill, paying the interest every month. And Americans are drowning. We are $1.1 trillion in consumer debt. It's because people are putting groceries on their credit cards because they can't afford anything. So you're asking me why I'm complaining. Why aren't you complaining?
Oh yeah, no questions about it. Groceries have for sure doubled at the minimum, I'd say. $8 for a bag of Doritos, like damn, we can't even afford to eat garbage nowadays. Yeah, we are definitely witnessing the collapse, my good people.
Hoş geldin.
Hello.
What the heck is up with these cats having anger issues? I really want to know. Like, for real, where did they learn to slap like that? Mike Tyson? Cat's lucky they didn't get tossed out the house like Jazzy Jeff. Oh, hell no, I would have a straight up panic attack, no doubt about it. But yo, that water is such a pretty blue, though, I gotta admit that.
I want to give you a hug. It's okay. Oh! Oh! He's coming for us. So, buddy. He's so sweet. What did he do? Oh, gosh. Babe. It's right there. It's cute, though. He's trying to talk to us. I'm sorry.
Someone needs to go watch that entrance while he's looking up those stairs.
Apparently, we've unlocked the secret to consciousness. Missed this article earlier, but check this out. 99.99% positive that this is connected to the UFO phenomenon. Want to know that? Well, there's been a lot of big things like this happening in the news. Did you know we don't need sun to create oxygen? Yep. Apparently, there's rocks under the ocean that create oxygen. And not only that, but UAP, UFOs, they actually have mining rights to this. Listen.
Coming here for millennia, and they have mining claims down at the bottom of the ocean.
That right there was Kevin Day. This man was the radar operator on the ship with the Nimitz during the time that this right here, the Tic Tac video, actually took place. If you want to learn more about that, go check out my other video on my TikTok channel. I go into depth with it. Quite interesting. That's cool, Dylan, but that's only two random coincidences. Is it though? Because also, just recently, this information was dropped, and it was on the news not too long ago about a Dyson sphere. Maybe some of you have seen it?
Group of researchers say they've identified at least 7 stars that might be surrounded by super advanced alien megastructures known as Dyson spheres.
Seems a little sus to me that all of a sudden these grand discoveries have just all of a sudden been found over the past year, doesn't it? At the same time that the UAP phenomenon started to come out, it's not like they need to be connected in any specific way. Maybe I'm just nuts. Maybe I'm just coming up with some random ideas. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching.
I don't know what y'all thought this was, but this is the GOAT. I had this made because somebody told me I was the GOAT. So I wanted to make me a GOAT chain. All of that y'all talking about, I don't know what y'all talking about, but this is the GOAT, greatest of all time. With a blue diamond on his head, gold. That y'all talking about, miss me with that. Dog is the GOAT. Represent peace and love.
That ain't no goat, Snoop. That's a Baphomet. Sitting here trying to play mind games when he knows what it really means. And even so, what the heck is Snoop Dogg the goat of? Cause it dang sure ain't rap.
I need a farmer to answer this question for me. Why is everything getting contaminated with listeria? Okay. Boar's Head, just recall, they upped the number of pounds that they're recalling their deli meat to 7 million pounds of deli meat for listeria contamination, which is literally taking the lives of people, right? So that's a problem. Then I just seen that Aldi and Kroger has issued a huge recall for their produce, their dips, their prepackaged crap. I don't know, but for listeria again. Earlier in the year, some company had to recall all of their sour cream, milk, cheese products for what? Take a guess. Listeria. Why listeria? Is it because people are cutting corners or something with I don't know how that is, what the connection is there, but why is listeria such a problem right now? Everything is getting recalled for listeria, and if it hasn't gotten recalled yet, it's finna. So some farmer explain to me what's going on with listeria.
All this hysteria they're causing with the listeria. Listeria is a problem because they want it to be a problem. This is a result of deregulation, but yeah, it was only a matter of time if I'm being completely honest.
I'm telling you, if you drink Arizona teas, you need to watch this. Because too many people are finding this goop in their Arizona tea cans. And nobody knows what this is. But check this video out.
This getting left right here.
Wait, let me see this shit. Wait.
So, yeah. It's a no for me. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all still want to take that risk? Or would you rather go and demand that they change their product? Or we could just all stop shopping with these companies. That's the best option, y'all. We don't have to buy the poison. It's a choice. It really is. You can stop buying these things.
Yeah, at first I thought it was a slug, but now I'm starting to think it's bacteria that grew inside of the can. And this right here is exactly why I'm glad I quit drinking anything from a can.
CNN just got caught using AI to try to make the crowds at a Kamala Harris event look bigger. Let me introduce you to Catherine Rampell. She works for the Washington Post and is a commentator on CNN. And this was the image she posted. She said, "Scenes from the Harris fundraiser in Pittsfield, Massachusetts." Then people started noticing some little issues with this photo. And she said, getting spam claiming these photos are AI. Not sure why I'd use AI to create a crowd of people in downtown Pittsfield. Then people started zooming in. The fuck is going on with that road sign? How does that happen? Someone explain to me how they can put their hands through the fucking sign? And what fucking language is this? It's very obvious. This is all fake. They tried to take a tiny crowd at her fundraiser and make it some big event using AI. We're now at the point that in the last 2 days alone, we caught MSNBC editing a Joe Rogan clip to make it sound like he supported Kamala Harris, when actually he was talking about Tulsi Gabbard. Now we got CNN using AI to make it look like people give a shit about Kamala Harris. It has become very clear that the mainstream media is willing to lie directly to your face. It's up to you whether or not you're going to take it.
I guess this is what desperation looks like. It's wild they'll just post that right on the internet and think we're all just so dumb. Come on now, if they're going to use AI, they could have at least made the crowd a little bit bigger than that.
Anybody else feel like they're in a major deja vu? Did you see this guy who prophesized about the orange man being hit in the ear? Did you see where he prophesized about the stocks? And that video came out 4 months ago. Maybe you've seen this guy who said that on August 8th there'll be a timeline jump. Maybe you feel like you were taken from another timeline to be brought here because there was a lot of life that was lost here, so they had to rob you from another timeline to bring you here. Maybe you remember a peace sign being like this, because let's face it, we use 2 fingers to show a peace sign, right? when this is actually the peace sign. Maybe you used to read it like this, when it's actually the diary of a young girl. See, I'm someone who thinks that some people were robbed from another timeline and brought to this one, and that's why we have some things that are different in some people's mind. That's why some people thought that he passed away, but nope, he was actually living and he became a president. But then you also had to where people didn't even know that he actually really did pass away. At the same time that Neil Armstrong actually really passed away. But for the last month, a lot of people have been saying that they've been falling to deja vu really, really bad. Now it could be the stuff that's going across overseas or something else. What do you think? Take care. God bless.
Yeah, I don't know if people are getting robbed from their timelines. Honestly, I feel like timelines are just merging. Either way, there's definitely a shift happening. You can feel that. I'm sure they had a bunch of Karens out there just ready to call the law. 911? Yeah, I'd like to report a serious crime. I have a lot of children out here causing a lot of destruction to the city property. Get down here immediately.
Well, the economy just took a big giant shit. See, Kamala Harris is pointing the finger at Donald Trump, a man who hasn't been in office in 3.5 years. I told you when they announced the prisoner swap with Russia that something negative was coming, and now we know what it is. Wall Street just shit all over itself because the economic data was so bad and it plummeted. The jobs numbers came in well below estimates. Unemployment rate jumped to 4.3%. That's like February of 2021 numbers. Would actually be higher if the worker participation rate hadn't plummeted. That is now negative job growth since May. Jobless claims have jumped to an 11-month high. We've seen the manufacturing indicator dip below 50. That means there's a contraction in the manufacturing side and loss of jobs. Intel has just announced that they're going to be cutting 15% of its staff. We have inflationary numbers. We have skyrocketing interest rates. Every indicator points towards recession, as they've been trying to tell you that Joe Biden's economy is great. Bidenomics is great. No, Bidenomics is killing the American people. But they want you to go out and vote for Kamala Harris because of women's reproductive rights, not based on the economy, not based on jobs, not based on how much things cost, not based on the interest rate, not based on the border or socioeconomic issues or geopolitical issues. The economy shit the bed today, and somehow that's Donald Trump's fault. Remember, Joe Biden said nobody's talking about interest rate. Interest rates won't go up. They might tick up a little bit, but nobody's talking about interest rates. He said that when he came into office. Now look at it.
Your phone is a digital footprint of your mind. Siri backwards is iris, the iris of your eyes. Now, this is not your physical eye, it's your inner eye, the all-seeing eye of your mind. That's why it's called an iPhone. Every thought you are thinking is manifested into action onto these phones. Therefore, your phone is a digital footprint of your mind. And this is how artificial intelligence has been created. It was not generated by these people. We, as a collective consciousness, a collective mind, have manifested our thoughts into these devices which is tracking it. And what they have done is collected all of this data and created an artificial consciousness, an artificial mind, or AI.
Do not sleep next to your cell phone. If I can give you one piece of advice right now from the world of frequency, that is do not sleep near your cell phone. If you happen to have your cell phone next to your bed or at your side table bedside, make sure you have it on airplane mode. What people don't understand is about EMF. There are electrical magnetic frequencies emitting from that cell phone 24/7. Those types of frequencies are what causes a healthy cell to become carcinogenic, cancerous.
You show me a person that's truly depressed, and I'll show you somebody that's also suffering from severe gut issues, either gas or bloating or diarrhea, constipation, irritability, cramping, because the same neurotransmitters that affect these emotional states also are responsible for the motility of the gut, the speed of the gut. This is the most overlooked thing in all of bariatric medicine, because people that believe that they have all of these allergies, well, I'm allergic to wheat, soy, corn, dairy, blueberries, bananas, gluten. Yes, sometimes those individual allergies do exist, but the majority of time, even if you talk to somebody who says, I get bloated, or I deal with gas or cramping or diarrhea or constipation or irritability, I deal with all of these gut issues. When you ask them, well, what are you allergic to? And they give you this laundry list of things. And then you ask them another question and say, well, if you're really allergic to corn, is there ever a time that you can eat corn and not have a reaction? The majority of the time people will say yes. Okay, well, right there, you know you don't have an allergy. Allergies are not transient. Allergies are consistent.
We're sitting right on top of Atlantis. Everyone on this planet is on top of Atlantis. So when you start to look at the Americas, you discover that there were so many pyramids in the Americas. There were literally thousands of them. What happened to them? The Catholic Church blew up the tops of these pyramids and built churches on top of them.
How do the Catholics find out about it? Are they reading the ancient texts?
Oh, no, they just know that we got to eradicate this civilization science because we want to impose our will on the people. See, the Catholic Church went through something called the Inquisitions.
Yes.
It was the papal Inquisitions where they went around the planet and they killed and tortured and murdered 80 million people to convert them into Christianity.
What the heck is Billy Carson yapping about now? I'm so confused. Like, what is going on here? That man fell down, did a whole front flip, and still managed to get his chair down first. Like, get out of here with that. Someone get this man into the Olympics immediately. All right, my good people, that shall be a wrap for this video. Really hope you all enjoyed this latest episode. Before you go ahead and get on up out of here, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. All right, take care out there, my good people, and I'll see you all in the next episode.